Wow, you've worked hard. You earned a 3.95 GPA in undergrad. Then you applied, interviewed, asked for letters of reference, interviewed again for medical school, volunteered, wrote essays, worked on 17 versions of your personal statement, remember? Did well on your MCATs. And then you got your acceptance letter to med school. Congratulations, you're actually headed to medical school. You've been accepted. Now you've got to go and grow. Hello, I'm Dr. Chad Brands, and it's great to see you online. Over the course of my career as a physician, I've had the privilege to serve in a number of leadership roles with excellent med schools and to lead outstanding residency programs. Those responsibilities have given me a unique set of opportunities to advise, guide, coach, and mentor thousands of med students and to help them with their successful journeys into and through medicine. Ultimately, even matching into the most competitive residency programs in most, if not all, specialty pathways. And I've seen students, residents, and fellows grow exponentially in their personal and professional development when they follow the advice and wise counsel of their deans, department chairs, specialty leaders, faculty, and student colleagues. So today, let's focus on the big picture. When you first receive your courses in med school and that list of what you have to accomplish, much less the vast amount of information contained online and in the recommended course readings and syllabi, it can quickly feel overwhelming to keep track of every detail. But let's not get lost in those details. Remember, our ultimate goal has to be keeping our eyes on the prize, graduation. Let's back up for a minute. Perspective. So you got your acceptance letter to med school. What did you really sign up for? None of us exactly knew, experiencing it for the first time. All of us, as doctors, had to go through what you're going through. Regardless of your background or the numbers of specialties you might be considering for the future, med school is where you'll build a foundation of fundamental knowledge and skills with classroom sessions, laboratory reviews, group learning, clinical experiences, and more. Professional actions and behaviors will start to take shape, and you'll become that student doctor that you always dreamed of being, progressing further and deeper into experiences in years 3 and 4. But starting with those introductory clinical experiences. For some of you, they might just be days or weeks into starting medical school, leaving the classroom and entering those clinical settings. In these few wonderful years of med school, you explore different career specialty pathways, observe real-world clinical practices in various settings, large city hospitals, local community clinics. You're going to meet future colleagues. Some of you might meet your spouse, your mate. You're going to develop groundbreaking research hypotheses. You're going to take care of sick and dying patients, babies breathing their first breath of life. You'll have once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to learn from professionals with decades of experience. True expert professors, brilliant clinicians, nurses, pharmacists. You might be in orientation or already in the middle classes, but you know med school is not for the faint of heart. Embrace it. The workload you're used to in undergrad, nothing compared to what you're going to face as a first-year med student. Open growth mindset required. There's a vast amount of information in medicine, and med school's courses of studies, plural, just reflect that. The stakes are higher. If you can't keep up, it's going to be difficult to progress and graduate. So we're going to return to that pace and time management in a number of videos. Other changes in med school? Your diet, not the same. Your social life, completely different. Hopefully you still keep one. Yes, you will. Here's the thing. Successful physicians know that they can grow through these challenges and adapt. They're resilient. They overcome challenges. But at times, it will and can feel overwhelming for most, if not all, students. But we got to remember and take that big picture step back. Graduation's the goal. Before you start your residency or continue further education in your specialty, you need that signed diploma from the medical school that says you've met all the responsibilities and requirements of the academic and professional set of commitments you're making as a medical student, each day, each week, working to actively build your progress towards medical school graduation. And you are ultimately responsible for your success, keeping in mind that big picture. You've made it this far, so why not give it your best from the beginning? Adult learning theory says use repetition to solidify the key constructs that we can put into our brains. So repeat with me. Graduation's the goal. We're going to focus on this theme over and over again. The goal. Let's keep our mind on the goal line, graduation. There are going to be days when you're deep in your studies, when you're exhausted after a clinical experience or a rotation, barely managing to grab a healthy lunch. Look back at that goal, graduation. Stick that Post-it note on your car's dashboard. Put it up old school on your refrigerator. And that physical reminder is going to get you through when the going gets tough. It might not be so obvious every day as you get just buried in your studies, but at the end of 4 years, you want that signed diploma as you walk across the stage with your colleagues on time after 8 semesters of study. Every day, every week needs to be you actively working on your own career to build your confidence and your success as you move through med school and beyond. Don't lose sight of that big picture. In these videos, I'm going to share helpful, practical, insightful information that will help you with this incredible chapter in your career as you begin medical school. What was or is your motivation to be in medical school at this point in your life? Let me know in the comments section. I'm going to look forward to seeing you in the next video, and until then, stay well and study well.